Hi, so I want to talk to you about safety when you're doing plein air painting, especially if you're wanting to do it in the woods. Ideally, it'd be good to take somebody with you, but nobody, ideally, unless you're painting in twos or a group of you, is going to want to come and sit in the woods, in the cold or in the warm, and sit there with you all day doing that, because if they've not got any interest in doing that, they're not going to want to do it. But you need to be safe. So the best thing to do is think about where that you are. So if you take a look around me, look, this is still on it's on a footpath. Can't show you very well. It's on a footpath down there, and that comes right through to the other side as well, to here. Now, at the back of me, if I was to sit here, it's ideal because this is a farmer's field at the back of me over these trees here, and it's perfect because there's all barbed wire fencing, and I know that nobody can come up behind me. And here I've got a full view of right, straight ahead and left, and in front of me, straight ahead, there's a bank. Let me just turn you around and I can show you. And then above that bank there are like playing fields. So there's always dog walkers. I've just seen one now just going across the top of that ridge as well. Not very often people come down this bit, but it's still close enough. And if you've got your phone, you're well away. So I'd bring Diesel down with me, and I would set up a chair, and I'd have a blanket on, some plastic on the floor for him, and then I'd set up and I'd sit and paint. Now just remember as well, when you're plein air painting as well, you want to take plenty of snacks and enjoy it, and you can put a little radio on if you want to, but I don't recommend that. Or headphones. I don't recommend sitting with headphones on and things, because you do need to be listening for noises. So in Derbyshire, where I am now, we're not going to come across any wild animals like bears or anything, but you might just come across a rat. So you want to be hearing something if it's rustling to be able to see. So and could be a rat in the bushes. So safety at all times, yeah. Bring everything with you that you need, and always make sure that you've got a phone at the side of you or some form of contact for all the people, because yeah, it's very important. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, make sure you wrap up warm when you're out plein air. It might sound simple and things like that, but it's better to have too many clothes because you can always take them off. But if you're cold, you can't always put them on if you haven't got them with you. So take plenty of clothes, even a warm blanket to put over your legs if necessary. It'll all fit in a big rucksack, so don't panic and start thinking, oh gosh, I can't take all this stuff. You can, and believe you me, you can do it, because I do it all the time. And look at behind me, all these leaves falling down from the trees. Beautiful. So yeah, you can do that. So wrap up warm, take plenty of clothing with you. You can always take it off, but you can't put it on if you're cold. And then you don't want to cut down your time because you're sitting there shivering. You can't concentrate and you can't relax. Tip number 4, always film yourself when you're painting and things, or drawing, or whatever it is that you're doing, even if it's just in a sketchbook, because it's always good. Just film yourself, even if you do it in time lapse, which is obviously the best thing to do. And then you can take that back with you to your studio afterwards, and you can use that for social media. And you'll be surprised as well, and you'll be surprised at some of the things that you'll learn just from looking at yourself painting and things. So that's another good tip, so try and remember that. And tip number 5, remember that your phone is one of your best tools. Take it with you, take thousands and thousands of pictures, and as I've said, filming yourself on time lapse, that you don't need to film yourself on real time. If you time yourself on real time and then you try to put that onto a Facebook page or onto social media like Instagram or on YouTube, it ends up that it gets boring for people to watch. They get bored watching it, and they won't watch it properly. They won't watch it properly. So the best thing to do is to just do it on time lapse, and you can use them for your reels and all sorts of things then, you know, on social media. So yeah, so like I said about filming yourself, but it's imperative to have this camera with you. It's there for emergencies. Make sure it's fully charged up. They take magnificent photos and they film really well. And you might just also capture something while you're sat there, a beautiful picture of a squirrel that might just come right up to you, or a robin, and you've got your camera there and you can just snap it. So because you're sitting there really quiet, that's why I, you know, think music wouldn't be for me. That's just a gun that goes off, a gun scare that's in the farmer's field. So okay.